honor the grace of courage, the grace of peace, and the grace of strength. By doing this, I am starting by starting. I honor you, my guards and guardians, you that are with me and have always been with me. And you're watching me doing what I'm doing, that which my heart feels called to do, that which I feel is right and just. I honor you, my elemental elders of fire, of water, of air, of spirit, of ether. I honor you who carry us all in your blessed womb, Mother of all that is. Thank you for all that you do, all that you mean to me and we, and more. I honor you, the beings of life, the beings that we call the mineral beings. It is because of the blessing, the medicine, and the ashe of you that is imbued in most of the matters we use as technology, most of the matter that we use as our laptops, our tablets, our phones. I honor each and every one of you for making it possible for us to communicate, and be with one another. Greetings to you, my fellow brothers and sisters, and greetings to the life of us beyond this physical. I really felt it in my heart, in my gut, to get out here and say this. We are approaching the total solar eclipse, and I want to make this recording to say perhaps what it isn't popular. To ask that question, only a few is asking and have probably found the answer to. And I hope that this recording will find you in time so that you have the answer that you need in order to protect yourself in ways that others who are not wanting you to protect yourself, they are not telling you of what is very crucial. So this recording has to do with the total solar eclipse. And before I explain as to why I am giving the advice that has been shown to me, I'll just explain and share my insight on some of the rules and regulations that we are already following. And I claim all of my quirks, all of that of me, including the brilliance of me, and other ways that we tend to want to shy away from other things that isn't so cool, I guess. So to get started, what are some of the things that we are already following? The new moon, the full moon. These are phenomenons. Well, I did not mean to skip over the quarter moon and then other phases there are of the moon. I'm not meaning to skip that. I'm choosing to focus on the new moon and the full moon because for those that are in the know, they would already understand the vitalness, the strength that we feel in our realm here when we enter the new moon and the full moon. So focusing on those two phases, those two cosmic phases already. The law of the cosmos, the law of the natural world says, I have found, I have experienced, when we enter in the new moon, the energy that we humans receive here on earth and that our planet receive is tough. The first 3 days of the new moon, if you observe and you follow a lunar calendar, we are told to do certain things and to refrain from doing certain things, because when the moon entered the new lunar cycle, starting those first 3 days, the energy is very, very tough, to the point where one is advised to eat certain foods, wear certain colors, wear certain gemstones to neutralize and perhaps receive luck, receive blessing, receive healing when we enter the new moon lunar phase. So already, us as humans, that is a cosmic phenomenon that we go through on a monthly basis, on a consistent basis. And like I said, those that follow the cosmic rules and regulations, they would already know what that means when we enter the new moon. Now, just moving forward, again, I'm not meaning to skip the many phases of the moon cycles there are, but to further elaborate the accord that we humans follow already, that's why I'm choosing to focus on those two. When we enter the full moon, already, what are some things that we humans, you, my brothers and sisters out there, what are some things that you already know? Even if you're not a spiritualist, you don't follow any natural law order that there be, you don't follow any cosmic law order that there be, what are some things that we already from observation know? When the full moon happens, fire departments, hospitals, this is something that is a fact. They already know that they see a lot of cases, they see a lot of accidents happen, and for seamen, sea women, people whose trade has to do with the ocean, they can already tell you that during that particular cosmic event of the full moon, they witness the water level rise, they witness the ocean, the waves perform differently than any other time of the day or of the month that they have experienced. It might look like aggression, it might look like temperature, like high temperature. It might look like pressure, excessive pressure. And perhaps that's what our planet enters or face when the new moon and the full moon happens. From my observation and from what I have been reading and studying, according to the dictate of the lunar days, the new moon is a time of pressure. When the moon, starts to grow and develop, it's a time of pressure. It is almost as if the pressure that one would feel when a pregnant woman is going into labor, or when a woman is going under C-section, they would numb some things, but you would be feeling some type of pressure. And it is almost as if when one is going through the experience of getting a new tooth, the pressure that happens. From my experience, speaking and focusing on the full moon in this example, some of the things that some of us, I practice, I refrain from, the very moment that the moon becomes full, that day or that hour that the full moon happens, according to the lunar dictate, the lunar day cycle, we are told to refrain from going into public spaces. Could that be because, again, the pressure that the whole earth is experiencing, going into a public space, going into public settings, you are then engaging with other external forces that might be a whole bunch of things that I don't have words and could not describe right now? Could it be that is why we are told to stay at home when the moon enters a full moon? For the first 3 days, stay at home. Or at least on the very first day that the moon enters a full moon, stay at home. And for those that have to go to work, oftentimes they will just experience a whole lot of strife, a lot of tribulations as they are making their journey to their job site or coming from their job site. During that particular full moon, they just witness a lot of things that we would describe as, oh my God, that's so crazy. That was crazy. I can't believe that happened. I barely made it out. These are some of the sentiments that people would describe, especially some of us that was naive to the ways of the cosmic law, the natural law, the lunar law. When some of us started to observe and learn from the new moon and basically pay attention to the lunar days, I witnessed that, yes, the full moon is a time where all of a sudden the pressure just increased. Even as you stay in your home site, you know, if you live with other people, you will notice that quarrels, tiffs, issues, someone might start bickering at you for something that might seem trivial. Even as you are not in the public eye, as you're in your own home, the pressure still is. And in being aware of the cosmic event that you are under, we are then able to pardon our loved ones, to say, okay, this is happening right now because of what's happening in the cosmos, what's happening on the planet. It's a full moon that's happening. So it's okay if such and such happens. It's okay. And that's fine, because then you are at your home site, you are within your home, and you're able to troubleshoot some of those things. But when you are out there, out in traffic, out on a plane somewhere, just out of your home environment, you are out of your safety net, basically. So the new moon and the full moon are cosmic natural events that we already know that brings pressure. And please go and check for those sciencey, those individuals who are scientific inclined or understand the science aspect of it. Feel free to go and check up on what I'm saying. Now, why am I coming on here making this video? Because as I have been following the dictates of the lunar days for several months, and I have witnessed the many helpfulness. Things were at chaos before, but the moment I started to follow the lunar days, follow and organize my life and integrate the instructions, the rules and regulations that the lunar days will say to do or refrain from doing, the moment I started to put those practices into place, something that looked like peace, something that looked like ease started to blossom in my life. And I was just dumbfounded. I was like, what? Why the heck did no one tell me this? Why did no one tell me this? Was the exclamation that I made. So it's been several months, actually going on years now. Now, when I started to read the newspapers and news, as I am not on any social platform, I don't have any personal social anything, I started to read the newspaper, people were like, oh, the total eclipse is a one in a lifetime thing that you have to see. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. That sounds nice. Okay. In preparing to do so, I also, by the way, just by the by, I am constantly engaging, interacting, and communicating with my guards and guardians. Now, mind you, I didn't go and pose this question to them and say, should I go ahead and see the total eclipse? I didn't ask them. I just didn't. But there was a question weeks after. We are in March now. It was February, somewhere late February, when the inkling came up to want to just experience this or go and see this once in a lifetime, I guess, cosmic phenomenon that is about to happen. And then a few weeks after, just a feeling came up to say, should you be seeing that? So I went on the internet and I Googled. It said safe to witness or see the total solar eclipse. Not many answers came up. So I went ahead and I searched up on, okay, I don't know what the specific verbiage is, but what I typed in said, basically, I'm paraphrasing, spiritual reasons why you do not want to see the total solar eclipse. That was what I typed in. What came up in my first search was this lady. Her article basically was going through and recalling what the Native Americans practices are and what their rules and regulations that they follow. And in her article, she paraphrased and said that the Native American tribe, they do not leave their house for those things like the total solar eclipse or any type of eclipse. It could be a lunar eclipse. We just went through a lunar eclipse in this month, March. So her article, which is answering my question, her article said that the Native Americans, they do not witness, in their time, they do not witness the total solar eclipse, and they do not witness any lunar eclipse because they believe those are tense. That was one of the words that the article said. Those are tense moments within the galaxy that it is best to stay at home, pray, stay at home and pray. And the article also went on to mention other tribes, other native group of people that follow a similar guidelines, and that is during their lifetime or what their spiritual practices tell them is to stay at home. You do not want to go outside. You do not want to be in the radiance. And if you even have to, you don't want to look up to the sky to see it, basically. If you have to be outside, then you are outside. But basically, you want to refrain from going outside if you can. And even if you have to be outside, those native communities said they will not and do not look up to the sky. After the end of this recording, I will do my best to find that particular article and as well as list the specific guidance that I would be following as it applies to the total solar eclipse. And I will list another article pertaining to the group of people that we call Indians in the continent of Asia, Bollywood, India. That's what I mean, Indian. Another article I found the end of February. This article more so talked about, I cannot pronounce the exact phrasing that they use, but they went in to show graphs. Now, this article was written by someone, I believe is from the Indian incarnation. They went on to show graphs, and they explain more in technical details of the temperatures and pressures. Of course, all of that tying into the spiritual aspect and spiritual reasons why it is crucial to stay at home. Stay at home. Because the website that I use to get most of my guidance from is, well, as it applies to the lunar guidance, is moonhoroscope.com, and I will link the specifics of most of what I'm talking about in this video write-up. Moonhoroscope.com went on to say you do not want to go outside, you want to stay inside, you want to pray, you want to light candles. I already have candles lit in my home, by the way, because like I said, we went through a lunar eclipse, so I intend to have candles lit in my home for 2 weeks following the total solar eclipse, just by the by. So the Moon Horoscope website, their write-up on the best practices to follow for a total solar eclipse: one thing, stay at home. Second thing, pray. Third thing, light candles. If you have a picture board, picture the life that you want to have. And the moonhoroscope.com website also went on to mention to say that the total solar eclipse is a time where there are other entities that are out and about. And it's a time where those that are possibly weak in spirit, those that are not aware of spirit, those that are not aware of the cosmic rules and regulations, well, those entities know ways that they can infiltrate and temper with that. So upon reading that, I was like, okay. I took it, but I also wasn't believing it too much. I know this is coming from someone who follow the lunar dictates. For some reason, I wasn't believing it, and I don't know why. I went on to research further, and that's when I read up on this this person that wrote their article and literally gave a lot of the details, perhaps that my human mind or my human logical side was looking to have. For some reason, my incense keeps going out. I shall continue. This article that this Indian person wrote basically listed graphs and said that yes, during the total solar eclipse, there are certain entities. They describe the specifics of what that would look like, whereas the Moon Horoscope website didn't go into a lot of detail. It simply just said, be aware that things that you call demons or whatever that may resemble that energy will be out and about this particular cosmic event. So therefore, you want to put practices in place that looks like this in order to neutralize what may be happening and in order to protect yourself and set the course for what may come in 18.5 years. Because it appears that when we go through this total solar eclipse, the effects of it last 18.5 years. And it appears that it seems that when you go outside and you are looking at the sun, what Moon Horoscope website says, moonhoroscope.com says, it's bad luck for anyone who is going to view this cosmic event based on the temperature, based on the pressure that's happening in the cosmos. It is bad luck. Can you imagine having bad luck for 18.5 years? And that was the part that made me go ahead and research, even though I really wanted to go out there and see this event. But I'm like, to risk bad luck for 18.5 years, I'm not willing to do that. But I still want to know why I'm not supposed to go outside. So this website, written by someone who is Indian and very spiritually knowledgeable in that fact, they wrote graphs of before the total eclipse happens, those energies start to prep themselves and what that would look like. And then after the total solar eclipse happens, those energies, how they try to infiltrate things, what, you know, ways cosmically. Basically, this individual has been studying the rules and regulations of the cosmos for a long time, and they're so eloquent with the information that I was able to understand it, digest it, and I therefore intend on finding it to link it here. So I say that to say, should this video answer the question that some of you have, please take heed, stay at home. I have my husband, he is not spiritually savvy, but I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that he listens. And I just explained, hey sweetie, we should stay at home. And I mentioned the whole bad luck thing for 18.5 years. He's like, ooh, I don't want that. Okay, I'll be staying home. And that's that. That's basically it. Who wants bad luck for 18.5 years? No one. No one. Now, as we all know, or as we all are coming to this awareness, a lot of our spiritual privilege information that the elders pass on has been kept from us for specific reasons. And it came into my awareness that I was on the phone and just going through news articles that I tend to read. It appears that NASA is asking people to engage with a solar total eclipse by getting their phone, taking pictures, and then sending those pictures to a specific NASA website in order for them to capture the total true event, because it is a once in a lifetime thing. You are meant to stay at home. So basically, what I read from that NASA article, I will find it too. I will find it and I will post it out. I will post it. What will be, will be. Those that will heed this warning, they will. And those that won't. That's that. It is as if you are telling a fisherman to go at sea when there's a full moon. And that fisherman knows, no, I can't go at sea because this particular day, it is the time that I am meant to not be at the ocean, because the ocean is where it's doing what it's doing. I am not supposed to be at sea right now. So why would you ask a fisherman to go at sea during a full moon when they have no business being on the waters during a full moon? When I read that NASA article, now digesting what I am digesting, now taking the advice of these spiritual communities, of our Native Americans, or of the of this Indian shaman practitioner, me taking their advice and now coming to find this news article from NASA that says, help us participate, volunteer in this once in a lifetime thing by capturing on your phone and then sending us this picture. In order for you to capture the total eclipse, you will have to go outside. You will have to look at it. You will have to look at it. Looking at something that perhaps you are not meant to look at. Something that is detrimental to your spiritual evolution, to your ascension, Could it be that they know this information and they want as many humans as possible to be out of their home, to go out there and look at what we are not supposed to look at? That's why I came on here. This platform is specifically labeled Healthy Accord because there are rules and regulations, there are accords, agreements within the cosmos. And it is possible that these governments of ours are aware of some of these accords. So we, the humans now that are waking up to it, I am going to take heed. I'll be staying at home. I will not be going outside to take a picture of nothing. So I'm putting this out there. I will share those articles and the websites and places that I've mentioned. I intend to find them in my browser history or my browsing history to share it. Heal thyself accordingly. And I intend to in my practices that I'm doing, some of which I've already mentioned in this video. May you be well. Bye.